Hopefully that doesn't push the floor out of whack. No, should be good. Okay, we've got to put this rear bar in now. Should go somewhere in there. So that's something I should have checked before I put that in, but I might need to just clean this edge up a little bit just to get it sitting nicer. Yeah, this is not my usual streaming time rag. I think I got on it about an hour ago. What is it? About 6, quarter to 7, I think. I mean, I'm not even meant to stream today. I don't know, just decided like wake up and do it. Oh, I tried to sleep and I couldn't sleep at all, so I haven't actually been to sleep yet. I just laid there and yeah, just a lot of stuff sort of on my mind. Okay, I can line the bottom piece up. The top just needs a bit of a sort of finessing to get it to sit in there, but so I want to use that. I want to use that thick glue, but I want this to set quickly, so I'm going to have to just use that thin glue again to hold it in place. I'm not making excuses to use it. I need to use it. Okay, that goes there. Run this down the side of it. Now these brushes, these are the ones that everyone's telling me that you can extend the center part of them. You can. Right, not the middle part. Hang on, let me try and hold that. There we go. So that should give me a little bit more length to get down to the bottom of the jar now. Is it? Ah, that's awesome. So, okay, you can extend these ones then. And I've just pulled that center part out, but these ones here, you can't do it. And everyone's like, you can, you can, you can. You can't. It doesn't have the same tip on it. So in the center part here is where it extends. This one doesn't have that at all. Now I just hope I don't lose the end of that in the jar. That's the last thing I want to do, because then I'll never get it out. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry before I try and push this little piece together, because if I try and hold that, it's just not going to work. So once the other side's on, then I can just wrap a bit of tape around it and push both in at the same time. Now there was another little piece that had to go across the stiffener bar, which is this one here, I think. Number 8. Yeah, that one there. Oh, no worries. Thanks for stopping by, mate. Have a good rest. Sorry I didn't see that. I have a hard time sort of keeping up on my chat when I'm so focused on this. I tend to forget. But yes, thanks for stopping in. It was nice to meet you. Okay, this goes. Where does that go? Down to the firewall. How the hell am I going to get that in there? Okay, I guess it just sits like that. It's a little awkward. I don't remember putting these ones in, but sort of round the end of it off so it goes through the front of the firewall a bit better. Apparently that's where it sits. It's got to sit facing down, so there's a bit of twisting to get that in. Okay, I might cut the bottom of that off because I don't like the way it's, so actually I'll just fold it down. What a pain in the ass. Why didn't they tell you to get this part in first? Would have been a lot easier. Okay, that's in. Nope, it's not in. What the hell? Okay, stay like that. That's where it's going to go. Can't even get in there to get the glue on it. Might have to come from this side. There we go. So I'll let those two little points dry and then I can move that back one into place. The only reason I don't want to glue the back one yet is because I might have to adjust where this part sits. The front, so that's all together, that's together. Okay, I need to get this part on and then the side. So we'll see where this fits. This goes up the top? No, that goes down this way. No, does it go under that part? How the hell's that going now? Oh, okay, that goes under there and then goes up on an angle. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get the seat in. I should be able to. Well, we'll see how it goes. At that point where like my eyes are starting to play tricks on me. Okay, so that's all cleaned up, that's all clean. This has to go through the bottom part, somewhere down there and sit up that way. So something kind of like that. And then that should hold that in place. Just like that. That goes like that. And then there's still room. I can get this. I still get the seat in. I can still get the steering wheel in. Yep. Okay. So I'll try and line this one up now. I think I should line the back part up. Goes down that way. Okay, so we want some glue on that cross member. Okay, so that's where I want it to stay. I'll hold that little bit down. Just enough to hold that in place so I can get this side on, and then I can literally glue the whole thing together. So that's clean. Now I was going to use this one this time. that's all sitting in nice and level. Alright, so now we can work on getting this one in place. That's above that. It's above. Oh, where does that go? That goes down that way. That wants to sit there. Okay, that doesn't sit on very well for some reason. It sits a little bit too high. I wish I knew that before. Let's see if I can sand that a bit. So I'll get this one on. That's where I want that to be. I'll let that dry for a second, then I can get the back ones lined up. See, the earlier one I built, this didn't have this much detail in the roll cage. Like, it didn't have all those little cross members and all that. It was very basic. So even this is probably an updated version of an older kit. Okay, so I want that one to go there. And that to go there. I'm hoping that holds. Yeah, well, all of the chassis are pretty much identical. The engines are very much the same. Just the different body panel to fit on it, and like even the fuel tank looks a little bit different on this one. The top of the fuel tank looks a bit different to normal. What else is there? Looks a bit different. So all, like, there's an extra added roll cage, but all the suspension's the same. There's a top part. Oh no, that's the bottom part of the file. Yeah, no, there's a lot of parts that really do look identical from the older kits. Like I said before, just the headlights that come with it. This one doesn't have them, but they give you headlights and they give you a front grille, which are from the older version of this. So that's why I think, like, the roll cage has been updated, the fuel cell's been updated, obviously the body, and that's about it. But everything else would have just been stamped out as the same one. hopefully that's holding. That's not holding at the back there. Oh, I'm going to have to use a bit of super glue. Wait, that's not the right one. I've got an open one somewhere. There we go. I didn't want to use super glue, but I had to. Hey Fox. They called it Car of the Future or whatever it's called. So the chassis are the same, the bodies are the same, the engines are the same. That's why the Mustangs that they race now look so stupid, because they're out of proportion, because they're made to fit the chassis. Whereas they should have just let them run how they came and, you know, within the rules. But they wanted to keep the price down by keeping all of this the same in the modern day cars. But yeah, the modern day Mustang is too short, too tall, and I don't know what they're going to do for next year or the year after, where they actually allow the Camaros to race. I don't know if they're going to have the same problems where they're going to have to make them out of proportion to get them to fit the category, which is really stupid. And it's gone from being touring car racing, which was originally production cars, to just, I don't even know what they want to call it now. Yeah, so for Gen 3, are they going to allow the Mustang to look like a Mustang or not? Or do they have to use the stupid same frame dimensions and all that? Or are they going to, you know, open them up a bit? Because you've seen how low one of the new Camaros are. There's no way they're going to fit on the new chassis. Yeah, I agree. They should have just gone back to the original cars, but have a suspension package that's the same, the engine's the same, but allow them to use the actual car, because that's what people want to see. Yeah, as long as they don't look as stupid as they do now. Because I mean, have you seen the size of the wings that they got on the rear of those things now? You might as well just, you know, put some side wings on it. It could be a plane. That's why I find the production car and improved production car races, where they do like the 6 hours and 12 hour and all that, I find them more interesting to watch, because they're more relatable. They're cars that you actually recognise. Like up at my local racetrack, they call it, you know, the street car category, where it's like production cars, improved production cars and all that, and they are real cars that have been turned into a race car, not just a body shell thrown on something, and they look stupid. Without the wing, they wouldn't go anywhere. Yeah, they just look ridiculous though. Like, I don't know, the category's gone to shit really, really badly, and they need to do something to improve it. Okay, so I've got a slight issue with this part of the roll cage. It sits a little bit too high, but there was no other way to get that on, so let's just see if it's going to affect it. Looking like it's going to fit. This side looks a bit out of place for some reason. Why is it not sitting on that frame? What's hitting? Okay, it looks like the top of the roll cage is not sitting on the side very well. Okay, so the rear, where is it? Let's get this off. So these two rear points of the roll cage here are hitting the inside of this part, because obviously this roof is lower and more inward than the old square body types. So that's a problem with being the same type of frame and chassis, is you've got to modify them to fit these bodies, unfortunately. Something they didn't really check when they made them. So I'm going to have to let that dry and then try and sand them down just a little bit to get them to fit in more. Because they've actually got the backs of these roll cages here have got, I remember the older ones used to have these arms that come from here down. I think these have got it, but I think they've been slightly changed to suit that body. But because they were really square, they used to come down out all the way to the back, and they were, because the old bodies didn't roll in as much as they do here. So that's going to be fun trying to get all that to fit. That's if they've actually, oh yeah, they have put it in, yeah. The fuel cell, which is over here, there's nothing Australian about them anymore, unfortunately. Do you know, I wish they would really invest in the muscle car masters, because that's what people want to see. They want to see all these old cars getting back out there and, you know, thrashing around. I remember when that first came about, like, the fields were getting bigger and bigger, and they were actually really good to watch, and now you barely see it anymore. They don't advertise it on TV, they hardly show it. That used to be where all the you know, the ex supercar drivers would end up there, but now they've all moved to that TCR, and a lot of them are doing that. Like, whatever happened to the Utes? They stopped racing them, but where are they? You know, they're still out there. They wouldn't have got turned back into street cars, so why not keep racing them? I suppose I should work out which way that goes before I put it in. Yeah, this way. And this is something I never really understood. Like, once that body's on, you're not even going to see that. I mean, I don't know many people that display them without the body off them, because there's a parcel shelf to go on there as well, so you don't actually see any of that. And it seems like kind of a waste, because that's detailed really nicely. I might leave that out, because I could probably use that in another model where I actually want the fuel tank shown. I might stick that on my four-wheel drive, actually, because I was going to do like a four-wheel drive that was kind of like an off-roader, and that'd be really good, like, to see that in the back of it. So if I can put the rest of the roll cage in without that, I won't even bother. So I need, where are those parts? These two here. 80, 81. So that one is that side. Oh, wait a minute, do they actually go on that? Oh, maybe that has to go on. Damn it, I didn't want to put this on, but oh well. If that goes to there, I might be able to get away with it. Oh yeah, I can just glue that straight to the bottom. So I'll keep that out and I'll just glue that straight onto that way. Ah, cool, okay. FAA rules, put a stop to that due to emissions. They were such an awesome category. I'm worried about where that's going to sit, because it shouldn't, I mean that sits really straight. I'll just have to bend them in, I think. Okay, that should be okay. Then before I put them on, I'll try and round off these corners a little. Yeah, the good old days of Group C. Well, I guess today's supercars are probably the modern interpretation of that, because Group C was like the big bangers that had all the massive flared guards and all that type of stuff on it, and big spoilers, and I guess that's kind of what we got now. If you think about it, it's very similar to that in a way. I mean, I reckon they should go back to the rules of you can't use a body kit unless a car was actually sold with it. Because when you used to get like the big, you know, the Group A Commodores that were around, and the Falcons that came out with, like, you know, certain body kits, like, think back to the old XC Cobras. Like, they came out with the front little lips and the wings, and that's because they wanted the cars to use them. So, you know, start selling cars with like racing body kits. What is it? Homologize? I don't know how to bloody pronounce that word. Homogenization. I don't know how to pronounce that. I know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but like imagine a street car with that body kit. Yeah. Okay. How do I pronounce that? Homologization. I can't pronounce it, yeah. Homologation. Oh, okay. There you go, I learned something. The last time they did that, actually, it's just made me remember. Do you remember that the VS Commodore? It was yellow, and it had those really ugly 3-spoke black rims, but it had the racing body kit on it, or similar, as close as they could get to having the racing body kit. That was the last time they ever made a car look like a race car that was for the road. Yeah, the GDSR. After that, they never released anything that even resembled the race car. Okay, we'll see if this fits in the body a little bit better. That sits in a lot nicer in there. It's got these markers where they go. So they sit like that. And then these go off here, straight down. Okay, that'll fit. Yeah, I hated that thing. Like, it looks so bad. Yeah, the price, no one ever thought that it was going to be worth so much, but God, those rims were Yeah, whoever designed those those 3-spoke wheels, yeah, I hope they lost their job. Well, they did in the end. Yes, that's got to sit against that, kind of like that. And my music stopped. They make them in 20-inch now. Yeah, I know. They originally came from the whole Japanese tuner scene. I remember there was that yellow or red and yellow HKS Sylvia, the drift one. That originally had the 3-spoke yellow rims on it, and that kind of set the scene for 3-spoke rims for a while. I remember the days of like the auto salon when everyone used to have 3-spoke rims on their cars, like all the Lancers and all that type of stuff. So sit. I hate when the number space isn't. Actually, why aren't center hubs legal on a road car? I reckon that'd look awesome. So I remember like Larry Perkins used the studs, the lug nuts, whereas everyone else was going like the center hubs, and he stayed with the whole 5 for years and years and years, and it didn't really slow him down at all. Well, yeah, everyone was like, why don't you change? And he's like, why? There's no need to. He was doing pit stops just as quick as everyone else. It's not going to stay on this side. The other side's just stayed there. This one's just going to be fucking me around. So it need to sit just like that. Why won't it stick? The other one went on fine. So I've got away with you know, not having to put that fuel filler in, and I've just got the parcel shelf to go on, which is this one. 63, 63. 61. They're giving you a few different ones here, so 63, that's that one. The other one suits the other body, so is that the right? Yeah, it is. Where does that sit now? That goes... I don't know if that goes down here. Must go... probably there, I think. Or does it go all the way up the top? Doesn't actually only have anywhere to sit on, so oh, those little lines there, okay. So it sits on those. I think it's like that. And that's where it's going to be. Hoping it stays where it's going to be. And now that doesn't want to sit in. What the hell's going on? There we go. Alright, so it all fits in. Nothing's hitting. That sits in with the window. Cool. Yeah, so with that parcel shelf in there, you don't even see the back of the fuel tank or the back of the car, so and there's enough room for the window to sit in, which is good. There's a lot of, like a big gap in there though, which just shows that this is an old chassis, because like normally these sit flush against it like that, but there's such a big gap in there for it to move either side, because it wasn't really made for this. But alright, so we are up to, where are we? The brace for the bottom, which is, where did I see that? That's the exhaust. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, there it is. So that goes, trim that up. Okay, which way does this go again? That goes to the back. So this is the part that could have just been molded to it, like the front part is. I don't see the need to do it separately. Okay, so that's the axle brace, whatever it is. See, I don't know whether to paint that separate and do the diff separate. There's no view of the underneath of the car. It's saying to do everything the same colour, so I guess that's all going to be grey then. So I might as well just put that together and actually, can I get the engine in? No, see, the engine's got to go in first before the rest of the chassis goes on, or not. Maybe not. Okay, so I'll leave that now and I'll put the engine together. I'll let that dry. Yep. Okay, so skip ahead, where is it? It's over here. get in there with those ones. All lines up alright. Okay, so they're chrome, aren't they? Like you're on later, but there's one in the bag here. I'll get rid of this bag in a sec. So there's this little piece that's come off somewhere. It's snapped off from something, and I don't know what it is. So not a part of that. I'll keep it there anyway because I know I'll need that for something. So there's one valve cover there. Where's the other one? Oh, let me close my front door because someone just decided to mow their lawn. Okay. Pretty sure there wasn't a left and a right. I think they're both the same. Yeah, they're both the same. That goes towards the bottom. Just like that. I think that's how they're meant to be. They're offset, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Yeah, it is. I actually hope that guy's not cutting down my tree. I'm in a unit complex and they've got the gardener around, but the only tree I have at the front of my house is right where my bedroom window is. So in summer, it keeps my room a lot cooler. That's why I picked this room. And I'm hoping that's not what he's chopping down. It's making a shitload of noise out there. Yeah, not bad, Fox. Yeah, going alright. Haven't slept yet. I laid there, couldn't sleep. Laid there, and then finally just got up and started streaming. I almost built a whole plane while sitting here. Yeah, well, isn't a plane only like 2 halves? And then you got your 2 wings and you're done? Planes are easy. Everything else on there needs to be painted separately. So that's going to be done as one piece. What are you making at the moment? Okay, so that's going to sit in there. So there should be no reason why I can't put the side braces on. So I don't think the exhaust actually hit it because they sit inside. So do I put them on now or not? Oh, okay, yeah. Put up a pic or something. I'll have a look. Where the hell is that piece? Oh, there they are. So these little 80, where's 80? 80 is this side. I might see if I can glue these on. Oh, okay, no worries. You got 4 at once. Oh, I was tempted to do the same with these NASCAR kits. I was going to do all 3 at the same time because they're basically identical. So I thought, no, I'll sort of spread them out over a couple of streams each. Which way does that go? That goes up that way. From the firewall to where? From that to, I'm guessing that mark. Oh, okay, I get it. So if I sand the back of this down, uh, 102 individual links, holy shit. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing how that bike comes out. I was watching you do the wheels the other day. It's one thing I do want to build on stream is one of the Tamiya bikes. I just got to try and find the right one. Okay, so the front part sits on. Why won't that sit down there now? Maybe I need to sand that back a bit more, I think. Oh yeah, links don't work in there. I turned the links off ages ago because when I first started, people were spamming the links, those bots, for like buy viewers and all that crap. So I turned all the spamming the links off. Now I don't know if that goes upright or if it sits out on an angle. Is there a photo? Is there a photo? What have we got? Oh, it does sit on a slight angle. So I can't glue that in yet because I need to line it up with... Oh, it's all tangled up. I need to line it up with this front piece. Yeah, just send it to me in a message, and I'll jump on. I'm slowly adding people to my Instagram. I'm still fairly new to it, so I haven't got that many people on there yet. I don't know why that's such an odd shape. It's not the same as the other side. Okay, so this goes... Where does that sit on? That goes to those holes. Which sits in there, so that does have to come out a little bit. That must sit level. Something like that. Okay. I've got to work out where that part sits, because that's what's going to hold it all in place, I think. Okay, the nose brace, which is 60. 60 is this piece. Where's that going out? That goes up that way. Doesn't really have a, doesn't show where it sits. Where the hell does that go? Maybe that sits down there. Oh, that's where it goes, okay. That sits on that piece. Still doesn't say where this goes though. It's like it's missing something and I don't know what. Oh, okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the radiator. I might not be able to get the radiator in once that's on. That'll sit like that. Oh no, I can get the radiator in. I can slide that in that way. Okay. Let's put the radiator in first, then the engine, and then the cover. Okay, there is a way around it. I just don't know where this sits. It's got the holes there in the firewall. It's got the holes in the chassis for those. I swear that just gets glued down like that. So I'll neaten this one up. Okay, so that just I think that's where it goes. Why doesn't it sit? Something's stopping it from sitting where it's meant to be. What's going on? That's lined up. That's maybe that is how it is. It goes up there. Maybe it just sits like that. Let's take those down a little bit. So I might glue that on first, and then I can get this little brace side bit in, and there's one for the other side. The engine still fits in, which is all good. And then the radio can go on after that. Okay. I might super glue. Let's see. Actually, before I do that, I'll scrape that little bit of okay. Hopefully that super glue takes a hold. Come on, just line up. You go on that side, you go that side, and just stay there. It's super glue, it's meant to dry quick. let that dry. I'll let side parts dry. They're pulling out from the top now. Why are they doing that? Okay, I'll let them dry and then I can push the front down. And while that's drying, I can get this part on. Just hold that in place. And that's that's what the front of the car is going to clip onto. So hopefully that's strong enough to hold that. I'll run a little bit of this through the bottom as well. Okay, is this set? Probably super glue the front arms on it. Just get that to sit there. I'm just hoping I can still get that radiator in. I'm pretty sure I can. Pretty sure I can. Oh, SB, thank you for that gifted sub. I appreciate that. That's going to go that way. The radio is going to have to go through the side. Oh, there's a radiator shroud to go on it. That can go on later, I think. Oh, holy fuck. Thank you for another gifted sub. I know Nick normally lurks in here quite a lot, so. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. Are you only doing this because you want me to do like a an OnlyFans as well? Yeah. No, this is all going the Tamiya grey primer, because if you look at the side of the box, it's really hard to see, but the actual frame is all grey, light grey. So because this is all going to be one piece, pretty much everything's going to be grey. The only thing that's going black is probably the parcel shelf here and the top of the dash, which I'll paint separate. Holy shit, SB. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, yeah, all of this is all going to go grey. Even the tyres are going to be... the tyres are actually gold. So, I'm probably going to buy the same gold that I'm going to use for the black one. I'm going to use for these rims as well. So it's more of a champagne sort of gold colour, similar to what I did my my Pajero, the same type of gold as that. The pink on the box, no, see, I don't know if it's going to focus very well, but yeah, the chassis is all grey. Let me just see, because I've got a bit of lag. There you go. So that's kind of what it's going to look like. It's all going to be grey with just the black on the parcel shelf and on the dash. On the front of the box, the black parts are the braces that go across the front for the window are black, but all of these parts are all grey, because there's these 3 little bars that go just under the windshield. Under the windshield or on top of the windshield? Where do they go? Yeah, they go from the top of the dash to there, and they're black. So I'm going to put them on, but then I'm going to hand paint them black. Couldn't have a mod without a sub. That's right. I mean, it'd be good if I had a mod that was actually here sometimes. I mean, I'm not desperate for mods at the moment, because like I don't get that many people come through. But yeah, no, I appreciate that. I really do. Okay, now you got me questioning where those parts are. Windshield brace. I just saw them a second ago. There was all 3 of them. They're all lined up. There they are. So they're down, these parts down here, which I might as well cut them out. Oh, look who it is. Hey, Steve. Yeah, so these little braces here which go up there, there's no marks for this one though, which is really odd. So the photo is showing a different dashboard. It's showing that piece. Oh, that's because that goes on now. Okay, dash plate. There we go. The hell? I just got a message from Australia Post. Apparently I've got... Why did it go there? Oh, okay. I'll screenshot that. And then go... Hang on a second. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it'll be delayed. There's a hole in it. Actually, there's too many holes in it. Oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Currently just building a really old NASCAR kit. One that I've been wanting to build since I was really young and managed to get them at a fairly cheap price, so I thought why not have a go at it. Which does a rush. Yeah. Look, I've got nothing against people who, you know, do that sort of stuff, but like there was a guy that I remember he was a friend of someone I knew from ages ago, and he was right into that. Like he had his laptop up and he's going through them all, and he's like, oh, I might pick that one or I might pick that one, as if he was just shopping. Like he had no connection to these people at all. He was just like, he had the money to do it, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna order that one. I'm like, you're ordering a human, you're ordering a person. Does that make any sense? He's like, oh, if they leave me, I'll get another one. I'm like, that's a sad life. That really is. Have I ever built an No, I haven't built an F1 car. Like, I'm not a fan of like F1 in general, but I mean, I would like to build at least one model of it, sort of thing. I think Revell and Monogram or could even be AMT now, I think about it. They actually used to make Indy cars, and there was a Pennzoil one, there was a Valvoline one. They made like a whole series of them, and I can't remember which one I built when I was younger, but I did build one of them. It was a nice little kit. I'd love to try and find another one, but the thing is, they've been out of production for so long, you've just got to be lucky. And you know, the same thing goes with this. This has been out of production for, what do we work? This is 30 years old, and I found this brand new, like, so new old stock still wrapped in plastic. So hopefully this same guy is going to try and track down some old Indy cars, and I'd definitely have a go at it. But like the only sort of open wheel motorsport I like is like dirt track speedway. Okay, so that goes on there, which then has those holes for these to sit in, and then they should meet up on that. So we'll stick this on now. Now, I don't think there was no set order for these to go on. How do I want to get them off there without breaking them? Get yourself some water. Yeah, I do. I built one of them already. I built I think it's the Joey Salander, is that his name? It's a green and black one. It's a recent release. But I bought two of them, so I don't want to build it the same. So I'm actually just going to buy a decal sheet and do this one as like something different. Built the Samison. Oh, is that the blue channel lock or whatever it's called? I don't know how old like you guys are, but there was a set of, so this type of box, like this type of monogram box, but they released the real early sprint car kits. And there was like a grey and maroon one that was like a gambler chassis. There was a black one. There was another one. There's 4 of those kits at a hobby shop at the moment. They're $115 each because they're still wrapped in the plastic. They're old, but they're still brand new in the box, unopened. And he wants $114 each for them. They're like really, really vintage. And that's what I remember, like when I was little, my dad used to have bulk kits of those, and he used to build heaps of those. And now looking at them, like I just want to build them just for the nostalgia, but I'm not going to pay $114 for one kit that fits like crap. Because even the modern day kit that I built, the modern day sprint car, it still doesn't fit that nice. Like there's still a lot of crap in them. But $114 for a kit that's been out of production for like, I don't know, close to 40 years. I mean, I can sort of see why he's charging so much. My first model made in 1967. So I think the first sprint car model that I built was the Quaker State Steve Kinzer one, and even when I bought that one, that was upgraded from the original old kits that this guy was trying to sell. And then the recent one that I built had more upgraded parts on it, but the frame was still the same, like it hasn't been updated. A lot of the steering components and the engine, the top part of the engine, like the injectors are all new, but there was a lot of old parts in the kit still, because there was no need to make a new mold for a thing that's very, very similar. Which way do these go? Okay, so that part goes, oops. I guess they just sit on top. There is little, tiny little marks on there where they go. So I'll put all 3 of these on, paint the whole thing grey, and then I'll come along and I'll paint these flat black later. Because if I paint them separate and try and glue them on later, I'm going to have to try and scrape off, you know, the tiniest little bit of paint to get them to sit. So I might as well just put them all on now. Go on Facebook Marketplace, all the old NASCAR. Oh, okay. Does he have? Is that what he? Is that his? Like he does that? Oh wait, is that the US dollars? Because that'll work out to be like roughly $50 Aussie. And at the moment, postage from America is stupid. it's the model kits at the moment are cheap to buy, but the postage is costing more than the actual model kit to get something from out of America lately. So it's, you go on eBay and you're like, oh, that's really cheap, and then you look at the postage and it's the cost of more than the cost of the model, and it's just, yeah, it's highway robbery. It's almost like when our dollar finally gets good against the American dollar, but then they decide to up the price on something else. That's got to go that way. So now I'm going to have to fight to get these things in. Okay, so that sits there. That sits about there. There we go. Yeah, no worries, mate. All good. Here's what happened. So you just get it to sit in place and it falls out. How am I going to get that? Okay, sit there. Hopefully that will stay in that side. And where was the other little piece? I don't know if I cut it out yet. There it is. Now, which way did that go? That goes upside down, that way. Where to? Where to? Oh, down there, okay. So, oh, for fuck's sake. I knew I should have put this on first. So something like that. Okay, I might have to put a little bit of glue to get that in there. fit now. Right, come from this side. It's going to go facing that way. So something like that, if it wants to line up. Okay, I'll let the bottom part dry, because at least I know where that's going to be, and then I can lift. No, if I put it upside down actually. Oh, there we go. Genius. Okay, then what I'll do is I'll use a little bit of super glue just to sort of fill in the gap as well. That's looking good. Now, what else can I put onto that? I don't know about the suspension just yet. Oh no, the suspension's on. The shocks, all that can go. Oh, I can go back to the diff now that the bottom part's done. So that's there, that's there. Okay, we'll work this out. So, where is it? Where is it? Over here. I need the front part, which is this one. So clean that up. Okay, there's an ugly looking mold line right here. Now, does this have a certain way it's meant to sit? That way? Doesn't really show it well on there. I think that goes at the bottom, doesn't it? So that must go this way. Looks about right. Okay, so that one's there, and trailing arm and the rear springs. Rear springs are these two. 32 they are. And where's the trailing arm? Up here. Now I'm pretty sure. So why do I have to take that little piece off? It says to chop that out, but okay. A little bit down here. So not too bad, this one. Usually they've got a lot of shitty mold lines on it. That one's actually quite nice and clean. I'm going to clean these ones up as well, real quick. Okay. This has to go on this first. So that faces that way. That goes. Where does that go on? Oh, these little bits. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. Oh, nice. Hope it went well. Now what's he going to do to occupy himself while he can't move? Has he got like a PlayStation or something? Actually, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to build a model with him because he can't go running around. You can get kids models that are all like snapped together. Where does that go now? Oh, okay, these go in here. Yeah, well, the Lightning McQueen one that I did is a kid's one that's all basically snapped together. That'd be really easy for him. Kind of a fun one to build. Although I made a complete mess of it. So you saw me the other night, I was putting all the decals on, and I'm like, all I've got to do is clear coat it and it's done. I put the clear coat on it and it bubbled up the paint really bad. Actually, I'll go grab it and I'll show you. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it now. So, very easy to do, and it all clips together. But what happened is I put the clear over it, and it's bubbled up all the paint, all around there, around the front, down the sides. Now here's really bad, but then you see this little section here, and it's absolutely perfect. And I don't know why that worked out fine, but all of the rest come out like absolute crap. So I have to pull it apart, strip the paint of it, and then use just the peel and stick decals instead of these good ones, and literally give it to him as a toy, because there's not much I could do with that now, unfortunately. Really pissed off about that. because when I first sprayed it, and this side came out absolutely smooth as, and I'm like, oh, that's going to look awesome. Half an hour later, all the paint bloody came off. Oh, it's all like lifted off. So it's just a reaction. It shouldn't have happened because it hasn't happened everywhere. It's only happened in certain places, which is really confusing. I mean, the model was clean, completely cleaned before I sprayed it. I mean, like, all this section here is perfect. So I don't know why it's just certain areas that happened. I mean, I could give it to him like that because he's really not going to care. Yeah, I don't know. I'll see what happens. I might just leave it and give it to him to play with like that. But yeah, it's a really easy kit to put together. I've just taped up the wheels because then I just spray painted the clear all over it. But yeah, I might let him just play with it as it is. He's not really going to care. But yeah, I'm spewing that ruined it. But that's a really easy starter kit. Now if that goes all the way to there, those springs, how do I get those in that one? I've got to sit them in here first, I think. Yep. So I just need to get them just to roughly hold in place while I tip it upside down. Now I can line that up there. Okay, that needs to stay right there. No, that one's come out. How the hell did that fall out? And that's got to go over that. Actually, no, it's right there. Okay. Where does that go? Does that sit? Yeah, that does sit there. There we go. that's going to take a little bit. Oh, this little bit's to dry. I actually hope that sits level. Looks like it's sitting level. All the springs are in the right place. Nothing's fallen out so far. Okay, I'll let that just sit there like that. The front ones, I don't know if I can get the front ones on. I should be able to get the front ones on. It says to put them on later, but I kind of want to put them on now. That's the exhaust, I don't need that just yet. Okay, how am I going to get these ones on? I suppose I will do this in order so I don't mess it up. That's the front, that's there. Well, I've got to put the front part on first. Oh, okay, the shocks have to go on too. Forgot about them. Okay. Now these ones are a little bit twisted, but they should go on fine. Do they go on a certain way? They do. Where the hell is that mark? Oh, right down the bottom. Shit. Okay. And where does that go? That sits underneath it, so that goes this way. Just when you get one side in, the other side falls out. Where's my file? There we go. That's exactly where it's going to sit. Now, hopefully it stays there. Yeah, I may have to fill that little gap in there with a bit of super glue as well. once that dries. I don't think there's anything else that goes on top of that. I think they stay exposed. Yeah. Alright, so now I know where they go. I'll try and get this side in the same. Just like that. Hopefully that's enough on there. It's really hard to get that in there. Come down from the top view. Can't see because it dries so fast. I can't even actually tell if I'm getting glue where it's meant to be. Pretty sure it's there. So that side fits a lot nicer than this other one. Use a little bit of a filler. Okay, while that's sitting there, I'll get the front ready. I don't know what side that is. 74. So 31 is this side. I don't know where that goes. There's a pin there, so it must sit just like that, I think. It's like I'm missing the bottom piece. That's the rear wheels. Oh, there's the front wheels, okay. So that's the arms, that's this one here. So I should be able to get that on and be able to put the wheels on later without them breaking, hopefully. It says to put them on now, but I don't want to put them on right now. And this is really flimsy. Hopefully I can get this on without breaking it, because it looks very, very flimsy. That part's going to come off as well. So the front sits in, the back must sit on those parts, like that. Okay, so I'll get the front ones in. I won't glue the rest of it on, I'll just get that to sit in because I want to make sure I can still get the engine in without any issues. So I'll let that dry for, actually I'll probably try and test fit it from here. Okay, a little bit won't be a problem, so I can get that on. So once these front ones dry, I can get the rear ones on.